What's up, guys? Okay, so today I'm going to do a video for Tampa Bay Comic-Con. I just got back from it and I had a good time. Put together a little video of some cosplay stuff and, you know, pretty much my time at the show. And then stick around after the video for the haul. So, alright, let's get to it. Hey, thanks for sticking around, guys. Alright, so let's get to the books. This first set of books I've spent $4 a piece on. Swords of Sorrow #1. This is a Campbell cover. More than likely, if you see the Campbell books that I'm going to be showing you, it's because I have doubles, and you're not going to see them in my, or you'll probably see them in my Campbell video, but those are the ones that I already have put away in my Part 2 Campbell box. But anyway, Swords of Sorrow #1. Also Campbell Danger Girl #1. You guys might see quite a few Campbell books. That's what I was on a hunt for at the show. This is Gen 13, cover A. It's a very cool Campbell book from '96, I think. Signatures is '96, so I'm assuming it's '96. Gen 13, Ordinary Heroes #2. This is an Adam Hughes book. Not bad. Anyways, just Adam Hughes. Here's a Campbell book. It's Gen 13, 13B. That's number 13B. And it's got bone on the cover. I thought that was a pretty cool book. It's the Adam Hughes book I paid 50 cents for. This one was 50 cents. And the Gen 13 was 50 cents. The first two books, the Danger Girl was $4 and the Swords of Sorrow was $4. I picked up the DC Bombshells #1 for $4. It came out almost 2 years ago, and I didn't pick it up when it came out, so I just wanted to have the #1 while it was still cheap. I've been seeing this book on quite a few people's videos, so I decided to go ahead and grab one. This is Hulk 377. But from my understanding, the print that you want is a 3rd print, which has like a little bit more of a yellow background. And I looked on eBay, and the first prints are relatively cheap. The 3rd prints are, I've seen a couple of them for a couple $100. So I don't know what's special about it, but I like the cover, and it was cheap. So I picked up Postal #1. I thought this was a pretty cool cover, the cover art. The title seems like it could easily be a movie or a show. It was only $4 also, and I started reading it. That's why the flap is open at the top, because I only got halfway through reading it, but I put it in there just so I can show you guys in the video. I picked up Rick and Morty #5. I didn't put this one in a Mylar. I probably won't, just because the board and bag is in pretty good shape. I might wind up putting it in the board and bag. I'll have to do some research, make sure it's the first printing, before I waste my time with it, because it was $4 also, and it is an early Rick and Morty, so I'll have to check into it. If it's a first print, I'll throw it in a Mylar. I got the F Fairyland Scotty Young book for $4. I don't know if you know, the I Hate Fairyland versus the F Fairyland are any different as far as which ones are variants or how the story goes. I like the cover art. My buddy Danny picked it up, and he decided he didn't want it, and I had been looking at it while he was handling it for over a minute, so I kind of grew on it. So I picked that up for $4. Paper Girls #1. I picked that one up for $4. Just because it was a #1, and Paper Girls seemed like the story's doing pretty good, so went ahead and took a gamble on it for $4. Back to Gen 13. This is number 13C. Must be dusty. This is Gen 13, number 13C. Another Campbell book that I picked up for 50 cents from 1996. This book I picked up for $5, I believe. Excuse me. This book I picked up for $5, I believe. It's Gen 13 ABC, number 13 Special Edition. Here's another Campbell Amazing Spider-Man number 50. I have, you know, all the ones that he did from like, what was it, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, I think. Those are in my Spider-Man run box. I didn't have this one. I knew I didn't have it. So I went ahead and picked it up, and it was only $4. Next, I got Princess Leia. It's a very cool Campbell book. This is Princess Leia #1. I hadn't had this one yet. I bought this one in a lot for $30 for this one. And then also Star Wars #1. I bought that one for $30. It was like 40. He was asking 40 and he was asking 35, which is 75. I paid him 60 for the two. And then I bundled up another CGC book that I have coming up. I'll show you guys that one next. But I didn't have these two yet. I really enjoy the artwork on them. Later on in the show, I saw somebody else was selling this book for $15. So I kind of pulled the trigger too soon, I guess you would say. So I wound up spending a little bit more, but I saved some on the set here and on the CGC book that I picked up, so I wasn't too bummed out about it. But patience is a virtue, right? I picked this one up for $20. This is a sketch version of this book. It's a cargo hold. Another thing, I don't have this one closed up. the reason is, I was going to show you guys, the cargo hold books, I mean actually almost all comic books come with a stamp that has a digital copy. And so you have to take that stamp off the book to access the digital copy. I don't know if you could tell from the back, but most of the times you'll see like a square in the back where the stamp kind of sticks out. On this book, it's not on the... Yeah, it is on the last page. So there's a stamp right there. You have to pull that stamp off to get the free digital copy. I don't know how it would affect the book if you took it off or not. But in my opinion, it would be the equivalent of, taking the Marvel value stamp off of a Hulk 181. So it's not going to really hurt the book, but I mean, it could hurt the value. Because I guess it's, the book's only really worth what you're willing to pay for it to begin with. But if you're picky and you want to make sure that stamp's in there, I recommend opening it up and checking it out. This is a Talent Caldwell Tales of Wonderland one shot. I picked this up because I like the cover. It was $5 or $4 maybe. I remember seeing there's a J. Scott Campbell coloring book, and I think it's Talent Caldwell and J. Scott Campbell, and I remember seeing this cover from that. Also, another thing about this book, this is the Chase variant. I don't know if that has any significance as far as value or whatnot, but on the standard cover A, the I think, what is this, Alice, whatever she is, the maid, is wearing a blue dress, and then this one she's wearing the black dress. So if you guys know, leave me a comment so I can know too. I picked up Robin Hood #1. This is from the continuous series, or the whatever that's called, when it's like the whole, not a one shot or limited series. This was 50 cents. I didn't know too much about it, but I did know that Robin Hood #1 is the first appearance of Robin Hood. The Grimm Fairy Tales presents Robin Hood #1. But it's the limited series that came out 2 years before this one. So I wound up buying one. It's on the way. I got it on eBay for like $3 or $4. But and there's several different covers that exist with that. I'm gonna try and get the Jamie Tyndall cover, which you guys saw him in the video. I also got a print from him. I'll show you after this last book. And this is Eric Bolsada, Ebos, Tales from Wonderland, The Mad Hatter 2. One shot. I really like this cover also. It's you can see she's got like the mask ripped off of her face and blood all covered all over it. I thought it was a really neat cover, and it was $4 or $5, so I wasn't too sad about it. I picked up 2 graded books. The first one is, this is part of that lot of stuff that I bundled together. The two Campbell books were $30 each. I paid $80 for this one. It's already graded at a 9.8, and I already had the regular cover A, from my first Campbell video, if you guys saw that. So now I have the sketch cover, and it's also the says First Laura Kinney as the new Wolverine sketch cover, cargo hold sketch edition. So now I got both of them. One more book to go towards completing the run, I guess. So that's that one. This is, I stopped at Jamie Tyndall's booth. They didn't even advertise that he was going to be at the show. I wasn't expecting him to be there. It was close to the end when I finally found his booth, and then I asked him, I was like, hey, do you have any comics? And he's like, somebody came by and bought 50 of them. He brought 50 of them to sell. Somebody bought every one of them. So, I mean, it is what it is. So I wound up buying a print from him. It's a smaller print, so it's actually the exact same size as the comic book, and it's printed on metal. So I'm gonna have to wind up getting this thing. You can see the back of it's all aluminum, and the front of it, I think it's called dye sublimation when they print on metal like this. But yeah, and he also signed it right here at the bottom. Jamie Tyndall. He's a very nice guy. It's a very cool print. So I guess I'm gonna leave that out of the boarded bag because I don't need it to be in a boarded bag. It's very cool. And then the last thing I got is a slab copy of this, Tales of Teen Titans 44. This is the first appearance of Nightwing. It's when, technically according to the CGC label, it's when Dick Grayson becomes Nightwing, but it's the first Nightwing. And it's the first appearance of Jericho, which is this guy here. That's Nightwing, and then the origin of Deathstroke, right? So that's what made this, the origin of Deathstroke is what made this issue originally popular, and then it's been getting a little notoriety because it's the first appearance of Nightwing. Nightwing having his own series lately is probably going to help that book. I paid $110 for this book. I think it was a good deal. It's a 9.6. I wanted a 9.8. I was going to hold out for a 9.8, but I couldn't turn down a 9.6 for $100. So if anything winds up happening with the movie or whatnot, maybe I'll go for a 9.8. I don't see this thing. It's got a spine tick on it, and the spine tick breaks color, but it hasn't been pressed. I could tell by the lighting that it hasn't been pressed. But I don't think a pressing is gonna help it. It has it's got the spine tick in the T right there. It's got like a printing defect, which usually doesn't count towards grading, and then another printing defect in the end. It's kind of hard to tell, but those are the 3 defects that I could find that probably kept it from being a 10. The spine tick probably kept it from being a 9.8. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, I'll probably hang on to this for a little while. I'm not usually into comic book flipping. You guys, if you guys watch my videos, you know that I don't flip comics. I keep them for me. But this is one that I'd probably consider flipping. Mainly because I already have a raw copy. I just know that this was a 9.6. I think my raw copy might come in higher grade. But only time will tell, I guess. If I sent that off to get graded, I probably won't, because I got 3 boxes of slabs, and they're all completely full. So I don't even have room to keep these 2 in there. So I'm probably going to be more limited on how many more slabs I get, and then trying to maybe crack some of my slabs open, possibly, just to make room, because I already know what the grades are, and it's a big waste of money to crack them out, but it is what it is. You can't read them if they're in the slabs, right? So yeah, that was my show. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one. See yous.